Good evening. Welcome to SAMS Newsbite. I'm Nicole Peters and making the headlines in this week's news. Anthony Caswell recognized for his service. Shape-sponsored walk. It's hot in the kitchen for St. Helena's junior chefs. And highlights from this week's football. A chess table was unveiled in the Castle Gardens on Tuesday morning to honor gardener Anthony Caswell for the 30 years he spent working in the park. Anthony said he can't believe that he's been honored with the chess table, but unfortunately he's never actually played the game. He said he doesn't know if many people will come into the garden to play chess, but hopes that anyone who does will enjoy the Castle Gardens.
And what we've done is we've created something and a small attraction in the Castle Gardens, which is commented on by visitors, residents alike, as being in a favourable light always. So we thought that we would just add to it and complement it by adding a little small attraction. And what I would like to do is just hand you over to the Honourable Lawson Henry, just to say a few words and a little bit of a background as well.
I understand, Anthony. You started work under the supervision of Mr. Tommy Benjamin, who at that time also worked here in the public gardens, which in those days was managed by the Agricultural and Forestry Department. You were just 14 years when you started work here in 1984. We would like to pay tribute to you today for your dedication and continued interest in beautifying this small space in Jamestown, for the benefit of the residents of the public gardens and the local and overseas visitors to the gardens. Thank you, Anthony, and I wish you every success for the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is in the public realm and it's free for the public to use. We've teamed up with the public library, who's been so kind as to hire out the pieces free of charge by just taking a small deposit, and anyone can come and sit and enjoy the Castle Gardens and also have a recreational activity. Members of the public can at any stage bring their own chess pieces, checker pieces, and enjoy this table as much as they enjoy the gardens.
On Friday, the 13th of November, SHAPE carried out their annual sponsored walk to raise funds to pamper carers and parents that work hard all year round. The walk began at Whitegate around 11 a.m. with nearly 50 eager participants from SHAPE clients and carers to Prince Andrew School Learning Support students and parents, all ready to set out. Almost immediately, the large group began to separate into subgroups, with the faster participants pulling ahead while the slower moved at their own pace.
But Neil, you were here with the first people to come, and there was Christian Johns and Alex Van Gogh was with you. So how's it been the first to get here?
It's absolutely astounding what these group of people can do, from both land and support in Prince Andrew and SHAPE in Santa Bay. I mean, if you look to the back of us, that flag depicts what they're all about. Enabled, not disabled. And that's very true, because if you think about it, the advert that went out says 3 hours. These guys, as you all can see today, done it in like half an hour.
Johns, Christian, you were number one, first place in the sponsored walk here. Did you enjoy the walk?
Yes.
How does it feel to know that you came first place?
Exciting.
Okay, and is this the first time you've done it, or how many times have you done this walk?
Twice.
And did you enjoy it both times?
Yeah.
Marty, today was a great day for SHAPE. Tell me about the event that happened here today.
Well, it's a sponsored walk that we do, like you said, annually. And what it is actually intended for is actually for disabled people to actually appreciate the carers or their parents for the work they actually do behind the scenes. There's a lot of work that parents and teachers, support people do behind the scenes for disabled people. So today's event is going to be about fundraising to actually pamper those people who actually care for disabled people.
As you can see, at the finish line on Rojmi Plain, Shape had set up gazebos where manager Martin Joshua was busy cooking up some fish cakes for lunch. There was a real spirit of community and with lots of laughter and enjoyment had by all. The walk is held annually and is a way for the clients of Shape and others to appreciate those who care for them. This year, an estimated £454.45 was raised on the day. The Junior Chefs Academy course culminated this week when the students who have been learning some of the skills needed to be chefs entered their final week and pitted their culinary creations against each other. The young chefs were given 2.5 hours to prepare, cook and present 2 courses, a main and a dessert. The course had been run on Saturdays by Mike Harper, who had given up his own time to tutor the ambitious youngsters. Richard Wallace went to the event and spoke to Mike Harper to catch his thoughts on the Junior Chefs Academy course.
Mike Harper, we are at Prince Andrew School and it is a Saturday morning and it's a hive of activity. Perhaps you could explain to us what exactly is going on this morning.
Basically, we've got week 10 of the Junior Chefs Academy, and what the guys have been doing is they've been working with me on the Saturdays for the last 9 weeks, and the last day is literally it's a competition of their skills. They're demonstrating their skills, and thankfully I've got 4 judges who have kindly given up their time to come and judge the candidates while they're cooking. So they'll be cooking off 2 dishes, main course and dessert, and what they're doing, it's all different. It was all entirely up to themselves what they were choosing. And basically what this came from was a follow-on of last year's Traditional Industries campaign where we did the Young Chef Academy with the primary schools. So this time we've chosen Prince Andrew School, and 9 candidates came up and they've been demonstrating fantastic skills over the last 10 weeks.
So over the last 10 weeks, how has their skill sets improved, would you say?
Oh, phenomenally. It's working really well because obviously what they've got is they're doing nutrition courses as well. So combined with what they're learning at school and what they've learned over the last 10 weeks, they come on leaps and bounds. It's been fantastic. Some of the dishes they really haven't enjoyed. To start off with, they really didn't enjoy the soups we were making just in the first few weeks, but thankfully we moved on to the main courses and then onto desserts, which they really enjoyed.
What's your thinking on some of the menus that they've created today?
It's been fantastic. All of them have come up with the ideas and their menu ideas on their own. I go from the opportunity of using things that they've either learnt at school or something they've learnt over the last 10 weeks. And a lot of the dishes are what they've learnt over the last 10 weeks. But literally, they chose it and they balanced it quite well. And I'm not going to be too biased because I'm going to leave it to the judges to make the decision at the end. Because obviously there's good prizes for it, which the tourist board have sponsored to us.
In future, if they decided to become a chef or go into the hospitality field, surely this would put them in good stead from an employer's point of view.
Absolutely, yeah. It's something different that they've done. So it's enthusing and inspiring the kids that have been involved in doing it. And it's a little stepping stone for them because a lot of them are doing catering qualifications for their GCSEs. So yeah, definitely.
The competition was judged by Lawson Henry, Derek Richards, Christine Sepu-Odin and Susan Obey, all who paid tribute to the chefs and acknowledged how difficult it was to choose a winner. During the judges' tasting session, the 9 entrants had a long and agonizing wait as they struggled to decide who would be named winners. Certificates were given to all the chefs, but in the end, the judges presented the prize, sponsored by the Tourism Board, for 3rd place to Kaylin Crowe, with Thomas Hicklin in 2nd, and the winner was announced as Tyler Sipu with his fish dish. Here now, though, is Liam Yan with news of the start of the knockout football.
Thanks, Nicole. The 2015 Knockouts Cup competition continued last weekend, with the quarterfinal stage taking place. In Saturday's matches, Rovers cruised to a dominating 6-0 victory over Bellboys as they looked to retain their knockout title. Here are some highlights from that match. In Saturday's second fixture, Raiders proved why they have a reputation for stepping up their game in the knockout, as they eased their way to the semis after a 5-1 victory over the Crystal Rangers. On Sunday, Axis and Chop Shop Boys went to battle. The boys in pink started well, but Chop Shop were too strong and won the match by 5-1. The first 20 minutes of the match belonged to Axis, although enjoying less possession, it was them who carved out the clearer early chances. Axis had opted for a 3-man defense in this match and were often left scrambling at the back. Axis took an early lead when quick thinking from Philip Stroud and Dane Wade led to the latter swinging an unnerving cross into the box. Chop Chop Boys keeper Siobhan Hayes came to clear his lines and momentarily held the ball before slipping it into the path of Green, who fired home. Chop Chop Boys were back on level terms after Clayton Young nodded home Philip Isaac's pinpoint cross from the right wing. Chop Chop Boys pressed on after drawing level, and when Philip Isaac was bundled over in the box, Kevin Hudson stepped up to confidently convert this resulting spot kick. After Axis' confident start, it was disappointing to see their challenge fade so quickly. Hudson and co carved out more chances, but goalkeeper Robert George did what he could to ensure that they didn't add to their tally. Despite squandering a few chances, they extended their lead after being awarded another penalty kick. This time around, Hudson chose the more difficult option and fired his kick into the roof of the net. After the change of ends, it was still one-way traffic. Chop Shop Boys carved out numerous opportunities, but their shots on goal lacked the accuracy needed. They either flashed wide of the uprights or went straight into the grasp of a grateful goalkeeper. Despite not being able to convert their chances, Chop Shop Boys continued to attack, and Hudson completed his hat-trick with this stinging drive from 18 yards. Clayton Young wrapped up proceedings with his second of the match. Chop Shop will now turn their attention to the semi-finals. In the weekend's final fixture, league champions Hearts shut up doubters after a convincing 4-1 victory over Wirebirds in a match that was expected to be a much closer contest. Following the weekend's games, a redraw took place for the semi-final round. In a mouth-watering fixture, reigning champions Rovers will go head-to-head and toe-to-toe with the league champs Hearts in what will be an exciting, nerve-wracking and edge-of-your-seat affair. In the other semi-final fixture, Chop Shop Boys will clash with 2013 knockout champs Raiders. This is another exciting fixture as both teams are coming off 5-1 victories, with not much separating the two form-wise and ability-wise, a game not to be missed. That's all for this week, so until next time, I am Liam Yan. Back to you, Nicole.
Thank you, Liam. That brings us to the end of this week's edition of the SAMS Newsbite. I am Nicole Peters. Thank you all for watching.